Affinity Xtra, be extra.
Right.
I was meant to do the intro there,
I'm
bro.
gonna let you do. I'm gonna let you see what you got today. Okay.
I was gonna do the let's get ready to run.
All right, let's do it. Let's close your eyes. Pretend we're starting again. Let's do it again.
That's it. Sorry, people. Yeah, so.
No. You started wrong.
My voice is not deep. I have
it's
to.
Not deep.
No.
Although he's been doing it for the longest time, and I don't think no one else could take over him. Like, yeah.
Yeah, my guy. No, he's making a bag from that, man. But you know what? People got that voice, you know, they're just waiting for him to knock off, you know what I mean? and then people be in there. You know, because he's old, you know, the dude's been doing it for years. He's old. Yo, bro, man, I'm ready for that role, you know. I heard that people got that voice. It's just that, you know, he's locked it off.
His man is the face for it, but to say a man wait for him to lock off so people can take his role.
Listen, man, everyone's waiting, man. All the voice actors, everything, man. Yo, I'll do it for half price. You know what I mean?
I'd do it. I'd do it. Get that Barry White voice on.
Listen, man. Yo.
Let's get ready to. I can't do it, man. But anyway,
that's the show for us.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's good to see you all. How you doing? It's been a little bit of a minute, but we are back. Welcome to 7 Sharp here on Affinity Xtra. If it's your first time joining us, welcome. If it's your second time with us, how you been? And if you're a long member, been with us, then it's also good to see you. And thank you for your comments and thoughts from the last couple of shows. Of course, we are here again with a banger of a great, amazing show, as we always try to do. But today we got to start with somebody who I try my best not to be biased on this person. I'm going to be honest with you.
Is he a worship leader?
You know what? I think what makes it worse is someone's once said. I remember hearing once in a podcast someone saying he's untouchable, and I think from that moment he's irritated me more, because actually it's like you're right, yeah. Like, how come he's untouchable? But he's right, like it's wrong.
Man could call his son the N-word and just come back.
Trust me, and sell out concert and do offering. You know what I mean? If you don't know who we're talking about none other than
Silver and Gold.
Yeah, Twerk Franklin. I prefer that name now. It is Twerk Franklin from now on. I can't call him Kirk anymore. I see Twerk Franklin because it's just very fitting. And you're right. Like, I've seen there's some pastors that have said less than him, and are now backbenched or come from working on the front stage to now giving out the emblems. I shouldn't even laugh. Yeah. That's not funny. But it's true, man. Like, they've gone from running the church to kind of like standing at the back and helping you to find your seat. And my man, did all that stuff and said, I'm only human. It's like, all right, cool, but you're also accountable. But anyway, for those that don't know, talking about Kirk Franklin has a regular talk show now where he sits down mainly with men from different entertainment industries, whether it's singers, rappers, DJs, secular industry, I must first say. Because I'm yet to see him sit down with
men of God.
Marvin. Yeah, man. Like, I wouldn't see him sit down with my... Did you say Christian?
I said
Ben of God. Tyler Perry.
I said it's a Ben of God.
But then you said Tyler Perry. That's happened twice.
I didn't say anything. I just said Men of God and Tyler Perry, and my guy just assumed.
But it's my brain was like, he said Men of God, and then he said Tyler Perry, and I was like, are we social? Listen, I've watched season 2 of what's it called, Beauty in Black, and he's not Christian. I wasn't Christian in the moment either. I shouldn't even dog him. I've had to pray since then.
Because season 3's out now, isn't it?
Season 2's out.
But didn't we watch season?
No, we watched season 1.
Was it season 1 watch?
Yeah, and then we repented, and then we went back in again to watch season 2. Well, I've watched season 2 anyway.
I haven't had the time to.
I've watched it. I mean, there's less nudity and profanity in season 2.
Is it more business in this season?
It's more business in this.
Okay, cool. So it's less.
But but there's still some stuff there where you have to have a press forward and then.
I think he did. I still believe that prepared everybody for PDD.
It probably is about PDD's life. Which is probably why he got a shorter sentence. But for those that don't know about it, yes,
man prepared them.
He did, man.
Prepared the sanctuary.
And saying that though, actually, I would love to see. And if Kirk Franklin, Twerk Franklin, whichever Franklin you want to be, if any of your team watching this show, I would like to see you sit down with godly men. Okay.
Yeah.
And then let's have that conversation. But anyway, and this particular show, he sat down with disruptors, I would say. Was Tyler Perry? I don't think Tyler Perry was in this one, was he?
No. You've got Tyrese. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's your cousin that always comes into church, gets saved. Gets saved at saved every convention, and when you see him for 2 weeks, and then he's gone again, and then he comes back, and then he sings. He just sings. I got testimony. Sing some traditional gospel song like this. I sing because I'm happy. And sings it Chris in the band, and then you don't see him for like 2 months. So he goes, "I will walking with God," and yeah, it's that guy.
I call them church yo-yos.
Yeah, okay, cool.
It's always yo.
But I like Tyrese though. I like because he stands on business when he stands like he talks about God wherever he goes. But maybe that's American thing.
I think it is American. I think it's because there's a lot of them that talk about God and then do something completely different. Like I've seen them say, "I represent Christ," and then their lifestyle and what they talk about is complete buffoonery.
Wow.
Which is why I'm a bit like, nah. Like I'm still vexed with Tasha Cobbs having that track with Nicki Minaj. That was ages ago, but
wow.
Anyway, we move.
Yeah. We keep moving. Yeah. And we got Skyh Black, who I'm like, who the heck? You know what I'm saying? Who's this?
I think he's a DJ, isn't he?
Oh no, man. You know what I'm saying? Just the name, Skyh Black. Like, yo, bro. Like, no, that's like Skyh Black. Skyh Black, yeah. I don't know, Skyh Black. And you got DJ Montay.
Which is interesting because the whole conversation of all of them was about relationships. Which is slippery slope.
How is Kirk doing interviews, these guys, when you got my guy with the grey beard? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know my guy with the grey beard? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cam Newton had him on his podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And they were talking. You know what I mean? He was talking sense. Why can't Kirk get these men on this?
Yeah, it's true.
We have got great men of God in this space and chop it up, but Kirk likes to be the pastor of the streets.
He wants to be the only church boy in the village.
So he can narrate the conversation.
Yeah.
I don't know. Listen, there's no Kirk hating because I listened to his music the other day. His new single's quite good still, ain't gonna lie. You know, but yeah, man.
His new single's probably good, but so is LMA. And
It's called.
You know, I'm not saying.
His new track's called Alive.
Alive?
Yeah, Alive.
In what?
Whoa.
What are you alive? Because after watching this conversation he has with Tyrese,
I know if I send it to you, Mrs. will be playing it all the time.
His wife is
No, your wife.
My wife don't play Kirk Franklin.
She don't play Kirk Franklin.
No. She's Afrobeat. She was or kind of still plays a bit of Maverick when they were around, when they were okay. Hashtag sued. And then there was
yo.
Sorry.
I didn't say told this or did I? You know what I'm saying? Whatever's been birthed because of business dies because of business.
Yeah, okay, good point. I like that. Yeah.
You see, be thing of this music thing. If you become a rapper because rapping is thing, but really you are a singer. Yeah. But because you can rap, you just do rap tracks and people don't know. But it's not going to last long because that's not your thing.
Yeah, it's true. It's not your gifting, not your portion.
So if we're going to sing soft weight songs because we're going to allow the system to tell us what to do, yeah?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it always goes, yeah, I'm into this song, singing the same words 50 times. Anyway, that's not going to go.
But anyway, this is what we do, man. We zig, man.
But big up, they got a couple of tunes like Maverick. They did a thing in COVID. And praise God, they're there for the zone. You know what I'm saying? But I just think we got caught up on the hype. Anyway,
as always, I think we got the younger Christians coming through, which is amazing, and they brought us through a wave, and you know they're there now. Hashtag sued. But
United Colours of Hillsong. That's
you know what? There'd be a new one. There'd be a new one soon.
I should go to United Colours of Hillsong.
Is it?
So we beaten up Maverick on the way down, man. We do play Maverick on the station. They got some soulful takes there. Got some hits.
They've got some all right tunes. I'll give them. If you got, you know what?
I've never been a fan though.
I'd rather you listen to something of substance, where there's some little bit of substance, than people that, in my opinion, are chameleons who look a particular way but live another different way and fall up your head. And that is exactly what I feel about Kirk Franklin. Is what? How he lives his life, what he says and what he does. I don't think it comes together because it's a people pleaser, and I think you can't please everybody. And I think if you're about something, then be about it, and who supports you on that will be with you. And those that don't support you on that, don't. We're Christians, we follow Jesus, and Jesus wasn't about everybody. Everyone was in his bedroom. Let's not be fooled. Everyone didn't like him. Everyone was his bedroom. Everyone tried to kill him at some point. And so be about your business, man. And I think, Kurt, if you're going to be about business, you can't be avoiding conversations and you can't be socializing with certain lifestyles. He's an advocate. Before we go on what he's talked about, he was a very big advocate, and I think people forgot, for Kanye West when he was going through his church phase, where people were saying, it's cool, but it ain't going to last. It's a problem, blah, blah, blah. And obviously look where we've got Kanye now. He's got a wife that has loads of money but no clothes. And then at the same time, Kirk was one of the big supporters and behind the scenes supporters when Kanye was doing his church thing.
So was he cool with Kanye West?
I love Kanye West, I ain't gonna lie.
But the thing is, you know what it is with me, the Kanye West thing, and there were a lot of Christians, at the time was, I loved what he was doing. The problem with Kanye West was, I think he was genuine trying to find God. Yeah, I think it was genuine. I just feel that the problem is when you're so public and you have nobody in our spaces to go, sit down, son. Yeah? Why are you running before you can walk? He ran before he could walk. Let's be real. And he was just basically, guys, a classic of the sower, was somebody who sprouted out quickly, did amazing things. You know what I mean, bro? And because he was amazing, when he's going to Jamaica, he did some amazing sets, man, great sets and stuff. Did some amazing things for me. But the problem is, bro, foundation. You know what I'm saying? And it will crumble because, when the first trials come, you know what I mean? You seen them coming, running around the place. And it's just, unfortunately, played out in front of millions.
Let me tell you a quick story for me.
Go on.
I remember going one time to KFC. There's a point to this story. And I had their
popcorn
veggie burger, chicken burger. Yeah, that face. Remember that face? And here we were going to go with it. I had a veggie burger, which wasn't chicken, but it looked like chicken. It was supposed to taste like chicken, but it didn't really taste like chicken. And I ate the chicken burger thinking to myself, it's supposed to be chicken, but it's not chicken. At the same time, this pretty girl walked past. Yeah. And I've looked at her and I thought, ooh, she looks better than the chicken. But then repented and thought, that's not right, Jermaine. You're a Christian and you shouldn't be there. The other face you made. Yeah. That's what I feel about Kanye West when he did his gospel thing. That's my point. It just felt fake and not real. Okay. And you knew eventually you were like, I'm supporting something that has no real substance. I'm looking at something that looks nice, but I shouldn't be dealing with it. It ain't my bag. And so that's why I looked at Kanye West and was like, nah, I remember saying it's not gonna last. Okay. And then I remember he brought in people like Justin Bieber. And I was like, nah. Justin Bieber, he wants to be there, but again, it's just the wrong circle. And I think you're right. I think they came up too soon, too early. And if you're going to have a Christian in the room, like Twerk Franklin, he was supposed to be there to direct and support. And people could argue and say, but he could have been there, you don't know. They could have made decisions not to. That's fine, but he co-signed it. He put his name to it. He was the one that, if you go back to videos back in the day, and he was justifying his friendship, his relationship in the public for it, and advocating that, actually, no, you've got Kanye messed up and wrong. This is what he's about. I think at one point he said, he's a better Christian than I. He said that, hold him to his words. And if it's just the case, then would you want to go to a concert where Kirk Franklin's wife is wearing the same as Kanye West's wife? But anyway, and potentially it could be, because after watching this video, he's probably thinking them things anyway.
Wow. Because wow. What? Yo, so.
Yeah.
Well,
and it was a good introduction to what we're going to talk about. Yeah. So, as you said, on this round table, Kirk Franklin often has interesting discussion with men around some areas. And I'll be honest with you, some of the discussions are interesting, and it's interesting viewpoints of what they say to some degree. I just feel like I would like, probably because I don't know much about all of the guys that come on there, which is probably why I don't have an association to what they say. Yeah. But I think for some of the things, when I have listened to some of it, because you do know their lifestyle of music, the scene, and where they're living, some of the stuff that they say to portray their life isn't surprising, because you're like, well, I kind of expect that. But on this particular show, Kirk asked a question or showed an interest. I'll be careful what I say. He showed an interest in a particular type of lifestyle. And I believe that Tyrese kind of backed him up in terms of saying, that shouldn't even be a question for someone like you. let's watch it.
Let's watch it. Work on it. Let people
see what you think of it.
Judge him. Be the judge.
My views might be a little, man. Mine might be a little different. Me and my wife.
That we can just begin to just have.
Fly, man. Get with the get down, man. Oh, man.
Now.
Share with the brother. Oh, did you get that one?
Oh, there he is. He out of there.
Share with the brothers your views, your perspectives, and your process in this safe space that we can just begin to just have dialogue.
My views. My views might be a little, man. Mine might be a little different. Me and my wife right now, it's like we believe in polygamy, and so
I said it's strong, you know.
We have a wife.
Yeah, man.
We had a wife, but that was just something that we believed. And she actually came to me and was like, "I believe you deserve more than one wife." She said, "I deserve two more wives."
And she came to you just on her own.
On her own, like she came through on I want to say the pandemic.
Okay.
Like we're just watching a lot of stuff, and so it just deemed to her like, you deserve more than one, and so we've been.
Hold on. Before we get out of it, what woman? It goes. You know what I'm saying? I would think he would be introducing it to her. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he's basically saying to me, on Kirk Franklin's platform, emphasizing it is his platform. It's on his YouTube channel.
Absolutely.
And he's not saying Kirk Franklin's co-signing it, but you know what I'm saying. But anyway, so his wife in COVID. Let's set the picture now. In COVID, you're locked up in the same yards. He's watching things which are obviously porn. That's what we're talking about. It's gotta be porn. And she's looking, going, "Oh, I can't do that." So you might as well. You need somebody else to do that.
You need to bring somebody in so I can have annual leave.
Yeah. No. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
I mean, my wife don't even come to me and say, you deserve another piece of chicken. Like, she don't even give me like extra food on the plate, you know what I mean? So what kind of conversations were they having where his wife was like, I think we should interject our man. But then at the same time, and this is why, again, I push on Kurt, is why he took at the Bible and said, the Bible says that every man have his own wife. Because if you don't bring your who you are in that room, because first of all, Kurt said this is a safe space. It's not a safe space because everyone's got a camera. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, true.
So we're going to air it, you know what I mean? So people can have opinion. We're talking about it now, so it's not safe. And actually, on top of that, he could have turned around and edited this stuff out.
Yeah.
Or it was an amazing time for him to talk about, I hear that, but you know what? The value and disvalue that you're giving your missus, she's come to you and said, I think you should have another wife. Eve went to Adam and said, let's yam the fruit, and look what happened there. So it doesn't mean it's right that his wife's come with an idea. Like, shut it down.
And it shows you the damage that it also opens up a window to say, okay, let's see in a space where people are watching porn in hidden spaces, porn has become so normal that you can watch porn around your missus, bro. Like, wife, you know what I'm saying, bro? Is that how normal porn is going on, bro?
So you know how bad. So the other day, someone was saying to me that they was on the train.
That's scary.
And a guy was watching porn like you would be watching Netflix. He was just sitting down watching it, and the worst thing was people were uncomfortable.
That could have been Beauty in Black, though, you know.
It should have been, actually. That's the Tyler Perry thing. But you're right, though, and that's another conversation to have at the moment.
Scary, bro.
Porn is a silent killer, a cancer. High in the churches. High in the churches, and church don't really talk about, church don't even talk about sexual stuff anyway, so a little bit fair play to Kurt for kind of initiating a little bit of the conversation. But churches avoid sex conversations entirely.
But I do understand the fact that, going back to Kirk, it's good. This is why we have this platform, to have these conversations, because we know these conversations are not happening in church. So hence why we do Affinity Xtra, not only for the music, but for the conversation.
Because it's needed,
You know what I'm saying? It's needed. But at the same time, we are both setting the foundation of any sort of future conversation by people seeing the receipts of the content of the space. So right. Kirk has only did this podcast straight on the streets. Instead of setting the context of his space. By doing a number with Men of God.
And I think there would have been value, because this doesn't appeal to non-Christian men. To Christian men, sorry.
Yeah, no.
Because there's nothing.
No, it appeals to them because it justifies their feelings.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah. It just, did I say that? Yeah, it
No,
makes
it does. Yeah, you're right, absolutely right.
My man's going, yo, I could do it.
My man's going another way.
Yeah, yo.
You know what? Some guys might walk around their house now, vex at their wife, like, yo, why you can't be asking me for a second woman? Like,
bro, now there might be from when the wife is out to big screen TV with the porn.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, look at her.
Yeah. You know what's mad? And again, I'm going to be careful because I don't want to change the subject where we're at. But
and it's same vice versa as well with women. Yeah, I know women do that as well.
I'd like to say it's a big rise at the moment with porn, particularly in the UK.
Yeah. Looking for
It's
men.
very open because looking for men. Like there's more women than men. So it means that a lot of women are going to miss out. There's a lot of identity issues with women in terms of, am I wife material, career, blah, blah, blah. And then their needs are kind of being suppressed until they're like, yo, what's going on, and having problems. So it's big. So fair play. But the very much fact that, for me, he's in a room with a Christian guy who didn't, and he's an older guy as well. Kirk's older to this guy. He's like uncle.
Yeah, Kirk's in his
level.
50s, man. He's in he's in his early to mid 50s, man.
You reckon? I think he's older than that. I need to do a check on that. But he should be doing some.
No, he's not that old.
He should be doing some reset.
He's about 5 years on me.
You think so?
Yeah. By the way, I'm 49.
I'm still 21.
Sorry.
My legs don't feel it now. Yeah, we're 55. You're right.
I'm saying, man.
But you're a Kirk fan though, so you would probably know that anyway.
Yeah, I was watching his stuff when I was 13, bro. And I was watching his first video, and I was 13 years old. So he would have been I was about I was about 15, and he would have been 20. You know what I'm saying? When he did that first, so he was young when he hit the scene.
He was very young, so we've been in industry for a very long time. For
a long time, from when he's young, just talented, young. You know what I mean? You get it.
Straight from porn to into industry. He had issues with it, porn.
Yeah. No. His book. I remember the late Mike Rimmer, media guy, and he said he did an interview with Kirk because he read his book.
Yeah.
I told him straight, I said, bro, looks like you love the guy and everything. So, you know what I'm saying? In his first book, man, you know what I'm saying? And well, how did you, never get that and all his business? And Kirk's like, oh. I loved him because he was straight with him, you know what I mean? But like, it's not, don't get it twisted. Kirk has not been a closed book. He's been an open book about his failures as a Christian. And maybe
I might check it out.
You know what I'm saying, and that was his first book that came out years ago. His first book.
I
might
have
so he's quite open to the ladies when he was doing his gigs and everything else. So that's where it goes. But anyway, let's go back. Let's
see the rest of this one.
Let's see what we get. So who's this dude anyway that said that?
He's the DJ, I believe.
Okay, cool.
So I'm not even too sure. We have to hear the rest of him though.
Yeah. Sorry.
Looking, and it's been kind of a challenge, but we found us a wife, and then that was a challenge too. It's rocky, just like our relationship. But that second wife just couldn't get over the hump that I already had a foundation, and she's coming to build on top of that foundation, to add on that foundation. You can't replace the foundation; it's already built. You're not coming to try to knock down what's already there and then start something new. You come to add. And so she lost sight of that.
Let's eat.
Let's eat right now. What did he just say, bro? Did he say what I thought he said?
He said there's a foundation there, and she couldn't cope with the fact that there was already a godly structure of a man and a wife together, and she was two at one makes three, but she wanted one.
See Tyrese. Amen.
Yeah. He was in his head like, you got a foundation. I'll be honest with you, I just sat down there and said, bro, you're talking some waffle there. You had a foundation, you knew Mrs. came in and she couldn't cope with
your vulgar desires. Yeah. Basically, you wanted a signed off sex toy.
Yeah, she didn't feel it was natural. You was upset that she didn't see it as natural and so she didn't fit. What does that tell you?
Bro, but and it's watching these fake things called porn.
Yeah, man.
Or
lack of accountability. People cussing you, telling you.
Fake. It's a fake world, man. It's a fake world. Fake sexual world. Okay, cool. Yeah, Kirk's eating now. We're making sweet and sour chicken.
Probably apple.
So how does love look different to you then you believe it may look different to us?
I don't believe in monogamous.
Why?
I don't believe in it. For the simple fact, I just know that men see other things. I'm not saying that we ruthless, but I just don't believe in monogamous. I believe that us as kings, we deserve more than one.
Right. This is my problem now, bro, yeah? We go back to Ginger J. What did I say to you about the responsibility of black-owned platforms?
Yeah.
Listen, we keep on saying that all black men are not like this.
Yeah. And then you get the full ones.
But we still create platforms to talk that talk.
Yeah. Waffle. We deserve more because he sees black men as
if
kings.
there's one woman, if there's 50 women, 50 men, how do you deserve more women?
Yeah. I would ask the question, if that's the mindset that we're going with, which is cool. Okay, that's your views, that's your life.
The den of kings, you know. So he's saying that all of you around the table, this is the den of kings. Yeah. These are the upper echelons of black men.
Yeah. But kings take over kings' land and loot. So as a king, do I have the right to take his wives? Because technically, like if other people are taking over, land and possessions and all the rest of that stuff, then there should be a point where I'm allowed to kind of like take your wife, or you know what I mean? So I just feel like the description there of we deserve is, and also again, I don't want to keep putting the Bible down, you guys, but the Bible talks about control, and actually, if you can't control yourself and you can't control your relationship because you want more, that doesn't make things okay. Like, because then what happens? What's the metric of having too much? Because you deserve more. When do you say enough is enough? So it's all good to say we deserve more, but then what do you do more? How do you?
It's like them caveman flex, man.
It's just I'm just like,
bro, man are trying to put mans out there. Bro, we got people panning off black men saying, but this black culture's this. And then you got black men just sitting around the room talking about smashing enough girl.
Yeah, and I want to be honest with you.
That's what they're saying, bro. Just going out there and say, she's fire. So listen, I'm not saying a girl walk down the street, or for women, a man walk down the street and you won't go, wow, he's fire. Yeah? And then you go, sugar, right, get my head in check.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you say, me Captain Caveman. Me want Jane. Hey, come here. And everyone, it's not that flex, bro.
And you're right.
It's not animalistic, bro.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
And it goes back to that point of control. Like, it's okay to see, this is my view, you might want to say something different. You see a pretty guy or a pretty girl and you acknowledge their beauty and like, oh, she's nice. The control element is acknowledge that they're pretty and move on. Keep the water flowing.
Keep it moving.
But if you start making action in fantasizing how to get in that person's space, getting their phone number, having conversations with them, being inappropriate with them, and building to try and make an opportunity happen, that's not control, and that's obviously the wrong areas, and obviously that's where you've lost control. And I think that's when it's important, again, like I've always said, accountability, friendships, where someone should be in your ear to say, yo, fix up, man, you've got a missus, like that can't run.
Bro, this feels like to me, it's like anime, you know, when you got the watching anime and you got the dominant sword master, even if once you kill a man and say, yo, your wife's mine. They're watching too much anime, bro.
Yeah, but again, and you're right about production. Like, what was the hope for Kirk's
Den of
production?
Kings. This is nothing to do with Godly Kings. Nothing to do with that. This is me being in the world, being out here with top dogs.
Talking there. And you know what though? Would he be able to have a second wife if he wasn't in the industry, isn't? Because I tell you now, if he was working at Amazon, his missus ain't going to say to him, we need another mouth to feed. You know?
Yeah, man.
You need to go Target and get some chicken for the meat, your missus, and the children that we got. Because I think he's got kids as well. So what's he teaching his children and his daughters?
Bro, you see what I'm saying, man? Anyway,
let's
sorry guys, every point here,
you see our faces very much like,
what the heck? This is a train wreck.
And whatever religion you go by, Christianity, Solomon had 400 wives. A lot of them in the Bible had wives. If you're a Muslim, you can have up to 5 wives.
When you're dead.
I would love to know, brothers, even starting off the conversation, what are your thoughts about my brother's thoughts and perspectives on
Well, I
relationship?
mean, you want
Safe space.
safe?
100. It's a 100 conversation.
Yeah, so my body count is a little scary.
We know. We can answer.
You know, serious. I would be considered a pussologist. I'm just playing. So, no,
Go ahead, continue.
no, so going back to my specific career, everywhere I go, every audience I perform in front of, every club I host, I pretty much never see dudes. It's all women. It's been that way from the beginning. And so I got to a point where I'm safe here, but if I felt even more safe, I would be willing to go public with what I believe my number is. But it's crazy.
But I want you to feel it's safe.
What I've been doing. No, I'm not going to mention the number.
Oh, no.
I'm saying what I believe my number is.
Because he knows it's not a safe space.
So hold a second, bro. Right. So Tyrese was actually almost not agreeing with what my guy said before. He sees, yeah. He was like going, huh? At the end, he was going, So now he's coming in now, and going, but the thing is, this is why I said to people when you say you want to work, because he's known as who don't know Tyrese, we've known. There was Tyrese, who looks like him again. There's two barlets coming through. There's Tyrese and Gibson.
It's like, Joe.
And was it Joe? But no. But him and Tevin Cameron was coming through that whole that whole voice,
high pitch thing.
And he did the Coca-Cola advert. He's that's
sweet lady.
He's sweet.
I ain't gonna like the tune though.
That
was my college era. Look at they have a bald head then. Problems.
So that was where I was at the boss man, with the headphones. And so for us, he obviously he's known for acting or whatsoever. So he's in the commercial creative world. Yeah.
Which
and
he
he's
said.
where, you know what I'm saying? He said.
It.
And so don't be fooled, people. If you're a Christian in these spaces, because we do have Christians in these spaces, it is going to be a struggle. It's a struggle in our own spaces.
Yeah, true.
He's just basically saying, yo, I had so much chicken thrown at me, I couldn't be a vegan anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So whatever godliness he has, every time he gets a God, the cousin, analogy, he comes to church.
Yeah.
And then he has to go back to his flat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just all over when he hear, let's roll out, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's roll out, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's nothing against him, because I love Tyrese. I love his attitude. I just love his vibe, his care. But he's just now basically confessing, and he's very clever, as he said, not to.
He ain't divulging, and what's annoying is Kirk's trying to push
number
that
you
number.
reckon? Yeah. What do you reckon his number is?
Oh, Kirk. You know what?
Tyrese
is
I reckon he's hitting the G.
He's hitting a lot. I remember watching a video ages ago. He should be worn out, because I remember reading something before where it was like women you didn't know that he went out with, and he's gone out with a lot of Hollywood, black and white.
Yeah,
like,
and let's not talk about the concerts.
This is what I'm saying. That's like, yes, he's the Dennis Rodman of R&B. I don't know. I mean, like, he's a freaky leak, which is probably why he used those words that he's.
And people like that tend to be very spiritual anyway.
There should be. You've gone through so many places. Like, you need to find God somewhere, man.
Do you think he's soul tied?
There's a lot of souls he's tied too, man.
Every day he's getting a year.
Listen, if he's soul tied, there's a lot of souls. There's a lot of bodies under that grave. You know what I mean?
You can imagine do the illustrations. The souls.
He'd have to live a life of, on a regular daily basis, apologizing to the women who he's probably. You know what? I'm not going to do that. If he got saved, you know what?
His penance is you have to be a monk for the rest of your life, bro.
You know what? I was going to diss him, but you know what? It takes two to tango.
Yeah.
And you know what? As bad as he is, as much as them ladies who've allowed that to happen to make him part of his, success of going through ladies. So you know what? He's only half to blame. But at the same time, though, why is Kurt wanting to know the numbers, man? You wouldn't do that. If I went to my pastor and he was having a conversation about, Blue, what was life like before you met your missus? And I was like, oh man, so many different ladies. Give me some number. My pastor wouldn't ask for no number.
Yeah, because bro, that's some self-highting for yourself. That's like a, ooh.
Yeah.
What is he going to say when he goes 1,000 girls? When he goes 1,000 girls, we're not saying he had 1,000 girls, but
he's probably not far off, though.
You say, it's 1,000 girls. You'll be...
Trust me, he's NHS by himself anyway.
You say, you know, and the thing is, the reason why he could talk like this because his mom's older, because he couldn't talk like this when he was younger. Because once his mom still had that, they had the right talk. Yeah, because you're disrespecting women.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and your mom's a woman. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So like, I think sometimes these guys when they get late and they want to let off, is because their moms are not as actively gonna knock them out.
But it's ego as well. Like no one needs to know the numbers because it makes no difference. Like even if you did say, you know, I've had 2,000 ladies. As a guy, I ain't gonna lie, I'd be like, 2,000. Wow, that's impressive. That's nasty, but that's impressive.
But it goes nowhere. It's Kirk, like I said, it shows you the intention of this podcast.
Yeah.
If he said 1,000, would he glorify it?
Well, he's not. He's the only one asking because the other man's the mate asking and getting involved in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he would glorify it. Like, oh wow, okay, cool. Not even like after this session, we sit down and we're gonna have a bit of a prayer meeting about.
Yeah.
But then he's married now anyway, and obviously his missus teethed off his woman at his money anyway. So like, you don't believe in karma, but anyway. Yeah,
man, way it goes. But anyway, let's keep moving. Sorry, there's multiple scenes.
I know.
There's literally multiple scenes going on every
I'm trying my best not to interject, Tito, because I could listen. We'll be here till tomorrow.
It's a little scary because I got to a point where a powerful man of God asked me a question, and he said, without even coming at me, he just said, "Hey, Reese, let me ask you, man, how many more?"
That's deep. Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He said, "How many more?"
You didn't hear that, and you said
he did not come at me. I was not attacked. I didn't feel attacked. He didn't be like, "Come on, like how many? When you been out here doing that? I mean, come on." He said, "How many more?" So before he asked me the question, I already had it in my head that I'm doing too much, too often, too many cities, too many states, too many countries. It's too much. But then, when he asked me the question,
sorry, man, tired, you know.
My man said, too many cities.
But says, take me to the king. When the more used out, and got nothing left.
I was looking at the guys before. He was like, "Hold on, too many cities, too many countries." My wife asked me to get one more wife. Like,
man's come on.
You know the whole concept,
bro. He, and then, bro, it's like this, bro. Like. No more. He's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Him getting it off his chest.
Yeah.
But even the other guys are carrying and eating. Kirk was like, The other guy's like, oh God, like he's talking truth now. You know what I'm saying?
But it's interesting that Tyrese has said that the encounter was changed for him was when, and he pointed out a man of God asked him the question, how much more? And he said, I wasn't feeling attacked. I wasn't feeling anything. Like, just asked the simple question of how much more. And this is what I mean. Like, the very fact is, I had to point out the person was of faith and just asked a simplistic question makes me go back to, if we're putting on, like, okay, cool, Affinity Xtra, we're here to obviously really show and educate people around black culture, good music and good discussions. But there's still limits on people we would bring on this platform where we'd have certain discussions because it doesn't edify our belief system, what we view, what we see. And we want people to walk away with something educated and grown in your belief, or if you're looking and trying to find of interest what we're about, you know what I mean? Kirk hasn't done that. Like, you couldn't go to like a Rastaman shop and say, yo, I want some jerk pork. Be like, it's somewhere, but it ain't here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is what we're about, man. He hasn't done that.
Some pork ribs.
Man, like, and I'm not saying, because you're a Christian guy, stay in your lane. What I'm saying is, if you got values of something, then at least let it be seen. And at the moment, I see no values of what Kirk's done.
Yeah.
Although, interesting that Tyrese, I'm not shocked that Tyrese is a gallus, by the way, neither.
You reckon he's a gallus?
Yeah, well, he was a gallus. I think he's calmed down a bit now because The numbers were a little bit too high.
It's gone from 1 a day to 1 a week.
Listen, he was vitamin and he was the 1 a day to come like aspirin.
Bro, listen, he's yeah. So anyway, but again, this is another platform that is actually talking openly and celebrating black men who run true and fulfill the stereotype that unfortunately white men feel about themselves.
Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah. This is what white men think we are.
Not all white men.
Not all white men.
Not all white men,
What I'm talking about, the corporate work. So when they want to speak Islam, the black men are not there for the children. Listen, look, this podcast. How you be there for children if you king having? You know what I'm saying? This is your.
I also just feel like there's young guys coming up as well. It's bad enough and difficult for them already in relationships to kind of see some geriatric men, grown men, talking about how much women they get through. And then when does the cycle stop? When the young guys see this and be like, yo, I'm going to try and get more than Tyrese did. Or I'm going to find me a missus who one day says to me, yo, let's have another missus. That's what I would get from this. If I was a young guy really invested in this one, that'd be aspiration to be like, listen, these guys are successful, they've got money, and they got women. What more do you need? And Kirk sitting down there, eating Brussels sprouts, bro, not doing nothing.
He got one big dirty fish. I looked at the dish, man.
Was it fish? I was trying to look at it.
Yeah. No, they look like a fish, man. You know,
this man when them bones
don't
choke him in his bottom and time to fix up.
Bougie fish. But anyway, let's keep moving.
Probably eating sprats.
I made this connection. Okay, why? You either a sex addict and you out here just trying to put your wee-wee in everything and you just losing your damn mind, or it's coming from something. See, most of us, when you say something, I don't normally pay attention to what's being said. I want to know where is it coming from. You feel this way, you lashed out of anger or just whatever the conversation was, but where's those feelings? What you just said, the way you just came at me, you can't be triggered by triggers that don't exist, right? So what's triggering your sexual appetite?
So Tyrese,
why do you want to do so much with so many? And what is this craze and this what is this gaping hole inside of you that needs to be fulfilled by your body count that just keeps going up? And that's for men and women. And so I had to ask myself, why and what do I believe this appetite to just want to keep knocking them down? Where is it coming from?
What did you find out?
And what I found out was I had convinced myself that at a certain point, it's going to be over. All of this access that I have to all of these women is going to be over soon. It's going to be another situation where 1 minute you hot and the next minute you not. So when this man of God asked me, hey, Reese, casually, hey, man, how many more?
Is that when you settle down?
I was already prepared to settle down in my mind because I said, if I keep moving the way I'm moving, I'm going to die out here.
For sure.
HIV, AIDS is inevitable.
That's everywhere.
Look, the better they look, the more they got that shit.
Wow.
Because the same exact impulse and reaction that I got from either seeing you on the gram, seeing you on Twitter, or seeing you in person, or seeing you in that video, the same thinking I got, every nigga I know got.
Another artist had that same
I need to knock that down. The moment I see that thing, I'm knocking it down. So if I got that feeling, every nigga I know got that feeling. So you going from me to every NBA, NFL player, every rapper, every singer, every actor, you being passed around like a hot potato. And the baddest ones out here, they got that shit. So I said,
is he just exposing the whole music, entertainment, money man, and
but it's not stuff that we don't already know though. Like, yeah, and you know what? Which I don't get as well. They bleeped out the one N word, but then there's a few bleeps that they didn't do. But anyway, you know what's interesting is the interaction that the other guys are having with him, with the things that he's saying.
He's more spiritual than Kirk.
He's more spiritual. Listen, Trump's more spiritual than Kirk. Listen, I feel like I think he's saying stuff that the guys can relate to, and was like, actually cool, like that's good. That's good wisdom. That's good talk. That's good understanding. Kirk ain't done none of that, and this is what I'm gonna keep being on, guys. Sorry if you heard me boring, like call me a hater all you like. I feel like in these spaces, we need wisdom and guidance of people with experience who can kind of say something nice. Yeah, let people talk, but get involved, man. And I know you can say, well, listen to the rest of the show, and he says some stuff. I've heard the rest of the show. He doesn't do jack. He's a Oprah Winfrey. Yeah, man. He just lets people talk, and then it's like, oh, that's good, man. That's good. And what else? And you're like, listen, this is not one of your tracks. This is not Stump. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what more, man? So come on, like, I just feel like I would like for Kirk to be about something and represent properly, and do more. And I think in these spaces, there's some interesting words that some of the guys talk about. I don't think there's nothing. Me personally, when I listen to a show, there's things I want to take away from stuff. Yeah, I didn't take anything away from of that show. For me personally, like I already knew that Twerk Franklin didn't say nothing, and Tyrese with Sweet Lady was just looking to get in someone's bra strap.
And it's thing for me is he took the most sense at the end. He took like somebody who's been through the process, and I think sometimes, guys, I think we need to break down that what he's saying. He's saying like, listen, guys, as much as you want to chase a skirt, it always inevitably ends up. You know what I mean? Like he says, the whole industry is just all about fast food. And I think in our spaces, we need to stop. And I think I keep on going back to it because we are a black station. The guys who seem to be always, everybody gets caught up about it. It's a problem for every nation. But we're the only ones that seem to always put it up there and talk about it. And not just talk about it, but even lift it up. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen women actually say to young men, you know what I mean? It's okay to go around and want you. I've
go around and do what?
You know what I mean? Mess about with enough girls and stuff. I still, bro. And this is talking about when I was younger. I remember a girl said to someone, still talk to her today. She said to her cousin, yeah. You know when you go and do some athletics, he's doing athletics. Yeah, man, the girls they'll love that. And where. I'm thinking, what are you encouraging?
I mean, there's always that talk of try before you buy, and I've heard so much people kind of use that kind of. In that analogy of, because you want to try to see if you like it. But then at the same time, and someone else made such an not amusing, but a really good point where they said, you try if your intention is to buy, but you still have to deal with the consequences if you try or buy. Like if you try a test drive a car and you crash it, there's some accountability you're going to have deal with that. Like, you keep it. And actually, where does the commitment come from? It comes from the investment. So after you've gone with that person and you've gone there, then you find out, man, like if they're not great in the bed, then you figure it out. And if they're not great socially, then you should have had the conversations. But you don't ramp and then be like, because otherwise, if you go with that notion of try and dipping, then you'll never be settled, and you'll always keep looking for. You're looking for something that you don't know what you're looking for. So then you're always going to keep trying, and you're like, what does it look like when I do sell? So, but it's an interesting point because relationships are always on the rise, particularly in church. So much relationships in churches have not been successful, failing in divorce, cheating and so much stuff. And again, I'm not popping at the churches for it, but we are still doing a very lack and poor job at having those discussions. We'll have conference, we'll have convention, we'll have bag of conversation, and then relationship conferences really get on my nerves because there's a lot of fakery in there too, me, I call it. We have church conferences, we have relationship stuff where we kind of talk and get all the couples together. We single out the singles and we put them over there. We all smile like our relationships are great, but there's no real deep diving conversations around what's important, counseling, therapy, nothing, you know what I mean? And then it's like, okay, let's carry on. And then you wonder why, the relationships in churches are dramatically falling in divorce because there's no real teaching on it. Like, there's a lot of talk in the Bible around relationships. When's the last time you've been to a church where you don't have to pay to go to a conference and hear it? Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's foolery. It's tomfoolery. But anyway.
Yeah, man. No, 100%. But listen, we got to keep moving. Den of Kings, we're going about 10 minutes left, man.
I know, but talking about kings, there's another representation of kings. We're coming home, yes. So particularly those of you in the UK, I know our American listeners may not be familiar with this one, but at the moment in the UK, there's a lot of hashtag, I'm going to do this because it's not real, patriotism going on where you could drive around some areas and you will see representation of the St. George's flag. For those of you that don't know what St. George's flag is, it's the white flag with the red cross going across it.
Yeah.
You sometimes see the Union Jack, but I think you see a lot more of the St. George's
Oh, I've
cross
seen both.
one.
I've seen both.
I've seen both, but I've seen
both
more.
rocking together. There's more flags. There's more St. George's flags.
There's more St. George flags, yeah.
But I've seen St. George's flags next to
Union Jack.
Yeah, Union Jack.
Yeah. I've seen more of that, and I've seen more tagging of the St. George's cross on more things like roundabouts. Anything white, you can see a red little tag. So there's been a lot more tagging and disruption going around the neighborhood where people are writing that. Now, there's a plan that's been going on. So there's a thing at the moment for those of you that are sure about it. There's a project, not actually calling it a project, but there is a thing called Operation, is it Flags?
Yeah.
And what they're looking at is far right, and what they're talking about is just, to them, apparently, I'll do this again, representation to show the world that we, that they, are patriotic to the country, and it's just a representation of the flag and that they love the country.
Yeah.
What's causing division is in some churches, particularly those of mixed denomination, where some white members of the church may see this and just think it's just good patriotism.
Yeah.
Whereas for those who are more ethnic and not from England, see this as a reminder of you are not actually welcome.
Yeah.
And
yes, that's a good point. That's a good point.
You're not actually welcomed.
Yeah.
We don't really see you as one of us. You're, in my eyes, that kind of Will Smith's philosophy. You're all right until you're not all right. You're with us until we're not with you. And I think there's been so much controversy there where some people have said, no, it's just about representing our country and all the rest of it. And it's causing division. But also it's not even having the real discussion, because some people, particularly ethnic people, are having the conversation in their closed networks and families. Whereas your white counterparts, even in works and places like that, are just seeing it as just a flag. It's not a problem. It's not harmful.
Yeah.
Probably not realizing that actually it's intimidating for a lot of people who are driving past it, walking past it, and are now thinking to themselves, am I safe? Because actually, if the world was to go crazy and everyone had to pick a side, if you're already saying it's just patriotic, then you've kind of already picked a side without really saying anything too tough. And so that's one of the biggest problems going on at the minute.
It is a problem.
Big problem. I mean, do you feel British? I mean, would you identify as British?
I'm a British subject. It's right. So I don't have problems to do with the St. George's flag being outside. If you got St. George's flag, Jamaican flag, or you know what I mean, because we used to put them in the boxing gloves in cars. You know what I mean? So you say, yeah,
I've got my boxing gloves in there.
Glove, St. Kitts and Jamaica next to each other, you know. As much as I didn't do it, but it was cool. You know me, I got no problem. People should have a problem. And I grew up near an area called Kingstanning. I grew up in a very white area, and the CRS England flag had an England flag, so I'm used to seeing England flags. Do I see it myself as a? Yeah, of course. I'm a British. I don't see myself as English, but I see myself as British. My lineage is purely got nothing to do with this country. I say this country, England. How it makes me feel seeing all these flags. It actually doesn't really bother me from the context of this is their flag. Yeah, man, represent the flag. But my problem is the reason why and the context why.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And for me, it's not a good look for us for Christianity to somehow be in this space now, waving England flags and saying this is part of the revival. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I was listening to a conversation, you know, with the Charlie Kirk stuff and stuff. It's amazing. 5 years ago, we had the rise of Black Lives Matter. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, and the left perspective, which Christians said we as Christians, Black Christians, should have nothing to do with. But now, the same people who said we shouldn't deal with it are now waving the flag.
100%. And I've seen some people that I know personally wave the flag and say it's just a peaceful protest. just to kind of represent the country from politics. For me, and again, people are like, I've heard some people say, should you even have the conversation about it? Like, it's just a flag. But I think actually, I would be okay with the argument had the flags not been in certain locations. So actually, it isn't about we're just representing our country, because there's certain areas where it's predominantly Asian, where a lot of them are predominantly Asian, but they're still British Asian. Yeah. And you ain't gone up there to put no flag.
Yeah. You know, got to that is outside the Albion ground or outside the Aston Villa ground. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's about 2 flags and that's it.
Because they know. Like I remember saying, a day to go in Handsworth and put the flag up. Day to go Allen Rock or Soho Road and litter up them flags, and you're gonna see some quick bonfires. And I think it's because again, people know. Like I've seen it hide in Solihull. Okay. Now Solihull is kind of already seen as predominantly white man area. Yeah, cool. So it's not a shot to be there. Listen, I remember driving down Solihull and I saw it like coming to America, like some president, it was flagging everywhere. Yeah. And you're like, wow, okay. Then like you said, King Standing was another area. But then there's certain pockets you won't see it in. And now I travel mainly in urban areas, so where I go it's very mixed of Black, Asian and other minority ethnicities. I don't see it too frequently, but when I go into areas where I know it's predominantly white or heavier white, or there's a kind of like skepticism of racism, enough of them there. Yeah. So it just kind of highlights the the thoughts of, is this area racist? And it's like, wow, the flag's here. More than I see in other urban areas. And I think again, like someone said, should the churches get involved? The church's mouths, I think personally, have been very quiet on it. I don't think it comes down to a single pastor, but it comes down to denomination. I think it comes down to a bunch of people. And the reason I say this is because when George Floyd was killed, you saw a bunch of churches talking about, like you said, the Black Lives Matters or representation of Black people are safe. There was enough talk about it. Footballers were bowing the knee in solidarity of, Black people are here and you're safe. Now we put up the flag, ain't no one saying anything. People are just like, oh, it's okay. In fact, the only person I've seen talk about it is it Gary Neville?
Yeah, I know.
He pulled up and he got bombed.
He got bombed because he taught the thing, and I think that I had to do a disciplinary officer, not disciplinary, equality officer when it comes to Christian League, and now the chair. And I said to the guys, I had an uncomfortable conversation because I'm not Black, I'm not white, you know what I mean? So I had uncomfortable. I said, listen, guys, we I'm not fussed if you want to wear the flag. I'm not fussed if you tattooed. I played against players who've got the St. George's, like the lines on his back tattooed, and he will give me a hug, Well, but say he's going straight to the pub, and it's like hardcore. But he respected that, you're not what I thought you were, but you know what we say from whatever that's so so respect. So I'm calm with that. I you understand, people are coming from the understanding, but the thing is, I struggle. I look at the wider context. I want to bring somebody into church. As Black guys. You know what I'm saying? You want to be brothers. And our sisters always complain there's no brothers in the church. Yeah, whatever. So you know what I'm saying? But that's it. But bro, until you saying leave your blackness outside and come here because there's no colour, because God don't see colour. But when you go back outside,
you see,
you turn right, we turn left. You go to a life which you're oppressed. And we go to a life now. We go to a life of success. It's only a problem when it affects themselves. But and the thing is, I'm sadly seeing it, but I've quietly observed it. I've quietly observed it. It's not everybody, because end of the day, without great white people, I wouldn't be here where I am. And that's the harsh reality. So this is not no anti thing, but the thing is, it's the motive of the flag is the problem. You know what I mean? And sometimes people get reminded, I'm English, wave your flag. But what I have to remind people as well, that it's not aligned with America, because America is not a white country. It's a conquered country. Australia is a conquered country. New Zealand's conquered. You You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? A lot of African nations has been conquered, but there's it's the control is in the wrong hands. Yeah. So there's a lot of spaces around the world which European people of European origin are controlling, which it shouldn't. So you got to be very careful. Your cousins around the world can't say your talk, but they are standing there with that talk. True. So it's a different talk, and they kind of align themselves. But what's scary is just it goes down to, I don't know, we got to go on. But something that we have to look at the next show is freedom of speech, bro.
There's such a thing,
bro. That's a big thing. I must, you know me. Yeah, you're free to say that, but I can't say this.
Then it's not freedom, is it? Freedom should be.
Because I'm thinking before I talk.
Yeah.
Yo, I got to think before I talk right about now.
Yeah.
You say because Gary Neville's getting cancelled because he said what he freedom of speech, but then if somebody else said the opposite, Nigel Farage says something.
Be welcomed.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely welcomed. And I think, you know what? I mean, surprised no one's put no AI to make like anyway. But I think you're right. I think Gary Neville got cancelled because actually he was, to some comments, he wasn't being patriotic. And again, it's the ignorance where some people see the flag as just a flag and they're wondering, he's making it a problem. That's what they say. And you're making it a problem. It's just a flag. I don't understand why you're seeing it as an issue. We're just saying we love our country. We're not, I don't think England's that patriotic to be doing stuff like that. Here's the thing for me, and I'm going to finish on this one from my point is, as a black man, when I've seen the flag mainly when England's doing football. Yeah. Okay. So it's football. I see the flags. Let's represent our country to do well. Don't really see anything else for sports other than that. The last time I saw
so many flags,
some of the flags, but the last time I saw the England flag in contrast to black people was when our 3 black players missed the penalty.
Come on now.
And the flag was, same flag was up to represent our country. And it was demoralizing about the failure of England. They're getting the other players messed up as well. But the drop was England associated with these fat black guys, failure. And no one really said nothing about it. We just accepted it as, okay, cool, yeah. And it was more black people. Some white people did it, but more black people in support of saying to our guys, come on, man, don't worry about it. They got some hate crime. They got their murals messed up. They went through hell because of their association to that flag. So when people say to me, like, are you not patriotic? I really am. But it's the mentality behind it. I see that flag more as a warning of you're on a visa. We don't see you as British. This is the visa to say, I'm British. Yeah. Because I'm white. This area, you live in this area and you're white, then that flag represents you. You're welcome. You are just a visa person because your mum's not from here, your dad's not from here. Doesn't matter if you're first generation British. Like, technically, you're just the visa person who's passing through. So you're no different to the immigrants that are in this country. And I think that, for me, is the problem where it's like, it's not representing all. If you want to put flags up, that's fine, but then allow other people to put their flags up as well. Put Indian flags up, Jamaican flags up. You know what I mean? Yes, if we're going to be glad about nations, let's be glad about nations. And knowing that the council hasn't done much about it neither. I know they're broke, but you know, you got time to go and take the things down. Because if someone was to go and put up a Palestine flag or a flag that didn't go against their value and littered the whole of Solihull or littered the whole of, like, I don't know, Coventry, you would see them taking money quick to bring them down. But these ones are flying high. So it's become an unnecessarily touchy subject. Yeah. Just as Gary Neville says, and I don't want to repeat what he says, I just think that basically, bro, like, yo, you guys are putting up flags because this always happens when there's depravity, when there's people, when times are hard. They look at the nearest person who's different to them, and it just goes back to Lord of the Flies mentality. We get tribal. And man just gets tribal. See, every time it happened before World War II, when it was a Great Depression, and man get tribal and it just gets silly out of order. You can say, Roger, if you study history, it just repeats itself. And it's repeating itself right now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And people struggling hard.
And they're vexed because immigrants are coming taking their jobs, but they're sitting down watching 50-inch screens in a house and going, we can't stand them. Bro, there was undercover.
I can't get a job.
Yeah. We could go into it, but like even at the march, I had an undercover guy.
Yeah.
I don't know if you
black
see it.
guy wearing the white suit.
Yeah.
Listen,
oh my god.
the stuff he was hearing.
Bro, it's man, the woman's like it's poof.
Yeah.
On our shores, poof, gunshot, you know.
Yeah,
and I'm going,
yeah.
oh, but you're not gonna say much about this, are you?
And there was the Panorama one where the police were caught of racist ones.
Yeah.
Where the police recently said, I was hoping that I was quite surprised that black person wasn't carrying because I was ready to knock him out or put a bullet to their head. The stuff that I said where you're like, wow, how are we in 2025 and there's still a battle?
Yes, listen, guys, this is all I'm going to say. And I know we've got to close with because we've gone over our time. But what I will say, Blue, straight up, we cannot sleep night or day with this sin called racism.
Not at all. Cancer.
And I think that somebody said to me, yo, Roger, just leave it. Sin is sin. But you don't leave any other sin.
Yeah,
They're happy for us to complain about porn and complain about, but when we complain about racism, leave that alone.
Yeah, that's us.
They're skanking it. Yeah, they're absolutely scam. And it's not everybody says this, but this is what black people say to me.
Yeah. It's
Roger,
mad.
get off this black thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, it's like, Brethren, do you know what it's like to be an overachiever but underachiever based upon your overachievement?
Yeah.
Not because you got disrespectful. Nobody can turn around and say that I've got no manners. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nobody can turn around and say, but you don't get true because of the way you look.
Yeah. All day.
You don't get true because of the community that is so crab in a barrel mentality, but you can't get true.
Yeah.
Because of their insecurities.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So it goes to in 2025, the question is, am I better being born white? Am I better? That still is the question that we can ask ourselves because of our struggle.
Yeah. Anyway, this is why we can't get through a show because we go through some places, man.
Sorry.
Listen, guys, it's not gonna be the last time we're touching this because I think, obviously, it opens a lot more discussion. And I think we spent a lot more time on Twerk Franklin, which is what the problem was.
But these are things that he should be talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Rather than polygamy. What I want to know, though, actually, my last good point on this one is those people putting up all them flags. Because obviously you have to get a crane to put it up there.
Yeah.
Why we can't use that money to take the bins out? Because we still got the bin issues. But anyway, hashtag Birmingham problem. But guys, it's been amazing having you all here. It's a brum ting. It's a brum ting. Trust me, paying my council tax for that. But guys, it's been amazing having you guys here. Again, please support us on Affinity Xtra. That's by talking to other people about our podcasts, different shows. Please look up at the other line of artists that we have on here. Roger has other shows, particularly around football, music. We got so much other great guys on here.
Amen.
I can't remember if I bigged her up before, but I'd do it again. Did we big up Nikki already with her MBE?
Yeah, man, but she see at
got
Windsor. She got a Windsor, man.
She went down to the castle and got her badge. There was no flags there. Just want to point that out. But Nikki, we are proud of you on smashing that.
Auntie Nikki.
As well. Auntie Nikki.
Yeah.
Also, big up to all the DJs that we have on here because they play some phenomenal music. It can help with your gym playlist if you need some. If you're looking for music to get away from secular and you want to find new artists, you need to come on here because we're always different artists that you can listen to that will obviously change your life, but also edify what you believe in and get away from some of the slackness. There's no sweet ladies on them tracks. So listen out to different DJs on here. And again, I'll even pull it out there. If you're a funder and you want to sponsor the show and you the shows on Affinity Xtra and you want to put your hand in the pocket, we will not say no. There's a big team behind here that put a lot of work. Roger does it for love. And you know what? If you can support the team, do it. You know, if bigger out there, the drink company want to sponsor us, do it, man. But, you know, we are just thankful that you are here listening and get involved. So have a blessed one. Take care. And we'll see you later.
Peace and love.
Peace. I don't know where that peace came from.
Wakanda forever.
You have no deep voice now.
Hi, and thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe, you like, and you comment, and make sure that you're sharing the videos and watching so much more. We have loads of content for you. I hope you enjoy. See you soon.